Hey guys, this is Brienne, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to start a successful business in 15 steps. And that may sound like a lot, but it's really not. So I have my notes here just so I won't forget anything. Whoops. Just so I won't forget anything. Hold on. My bad. So, step one, you have to come up with a business idea. So you come up with like what are you interested in? What do you like to do? What are you passionate about? And you come up with a business name, obviously, and a concept. You could write a business plan. I would say you have to have a business plan. They're really for investor purposes. Like, I wrote a business plan, but I don't think you like absolutely need a business plan. So yeah, come up with your idea. So first, I decided to sell hair. I'm really passionate about that, and so that was my idea. That was like my initial idea. Then I went through trying to find a name. Like, if you know, you know, but our business is Boss Babe Extensions, and we sell hair extensions and cosmetics. As you can see, lips are popping. And I'm actually wearing our Neptune gloss. And then this is our deep wave hair. This is a unit I made some time ago. I think it's been at least a year and a half that I made this wig, and I bleached it. Curls are still popping. The only thing is I need to redefine the closure, because I had it in the middle part, but I literally just changed it to a side part and tried to make a little swoop. But yeah, still popping. So anyway, so you have your business idea, you have your business name, and you potentially wrote a business plan, or will be writing a business plan. So step two, I say, would be to research. Like, that's the most important thing. If you want to start a business, you have to do your research on not just the field that you want to be, selling in, but just you need to research your potential customers, your target audience. You need to find out everything there is to know about the field you want to be in. So, for example, like I said, we're selling hair. So I found out about, I wouldn't say I know everything, but I know a lot of what needs to be known. And if anybody would ask me anything about hair, 9 times out of 10, I'd be able to answer it with an in-depth answer, You need to be the expert in your field, as everything Ebony would say. So yeah, research and find everything there is to know. Look up your competitors, like your local competitors, like people in your city or your state, and people that are like nationally known. So I'm not gonna name any competitors here, but I had to look up other hair companies that are in Shreveport and look at their prices, look at their clientele, basically look at what they're doing, And so I did that for local hair companies and bigger hair companies that are not local but are still like majorly known. And this will help when it comes to marketing, because you can see, well, you don't want to copy anybody, obviously, but you can, since this is new to you, it'll give you ideas and help you come up with content ideas, which is very important, and we'll get to that soon. So you have to find everything. You sell hair, you need to find out what types of hair there is, hair origins. I thought that was a bird. I got my window open, sorry, and I'm getting distracted. Sorry. The lengths of hair, closures, frontals, 360 lace. Like, it's like a bunch you need to know, Like, you need to know about, can your hair be bleached? Can the hair be dyed? Can it be straightened? How much heat can it take? Like, it takes a lot of research. Did I have this on? When you find a vendor, if you're selling hair, or if you're not making your own products, then 9 times out of 10 you'll need to find a vendor for your products. So like, that could be, even if you're selling clothes, you need to find a vendor for your clothes, somebody that supplies, the clothes to you. And obviously I can't make my own hair. I mean, I can make my own wigs, but I can't make my own bundles, Also, like I said, finding your target audience. And this has to be a separate video for me to get into, because that's another like long process about how to find your target audience and how to actually target your target audience. So let me know if you want a separate video about that, and I will put it out. So step 3 is how to get how will you get the products that you're selling? Like, will you be making your products? Like, we make our lip glosses, we make all our cosmetics, our lip glosses, our lip scrubs, our lip oils, we make all of it. Or will you be like wholesaling? Or will you like, well, that'll be if you like find a vendor. So you can either make your own products or you find a vendor to supply the stuff for you. So if you find a vendor, you'll have to, well, it'll be cheaper to wholesale the products that you want to sell. I mean, to wholesale buy the products that you want to sell. So if you find a vendor that you like, and usually it's cheaper if you just wholesale. When you do wholesale, it means like to buy it in bulk, basically. And so you have to figure out what you're gonna do. So when I wanted to sell hair, I had to find a vendor, and that takes research. That's another step in the research process, finding a vendor. You have to test out vendors. You can't just find one thing and be like whether it's good or bad. You need to test multiple out. Or if I say, like, if you do have a hair vendor that you like and you tried them once, I say try them again or try a different hair texture, because you don't want to just go off of like one time and then start selling hair based off of you getting one batch of good hair. I think it takes multiple tests to see. Also, there's more tests that you can do to test whether hair is good if you are wanting to sell hair. And I could talk about that. That'll probably just be a quick video if I do talk about that. So yeah, that's step 3. And step 4 is pricing. So you need to figure out how to price your products. Now, a lot of people think this is hard or confusing, and it's really not. Let's say I buy wholesale from a vendor. Like this is how it works. When I buy hair from my vendor to sell, you need to know their prices, how much their hair costs, how much it costs to ship their hair, to get their hair shipped to you. And then you want to figure out how much you want to profit off of each bundle, So I would say don't be afraid to price high, but do be afraid to price too high. That's why I said it's important to research your local competitors and make sure like you're selling your hair at a reasonable price. Now, I'm not saying be cheap. You don't have to have cheap prices. Because when people see cheap, they think cheap quality. And people say our hair is expensive, and it's really not. Like, out of every hair company locally, our hair is the cheapest. And that I wanted to do it that way because, one, we're still new. We're still trying to build clientele, build a customer base. And 2, you don't have to spend so much money to have great hair. Like, and they can do that because they've been established, But we're still trying to build our way up into this industry. So we have good prices. Now, if you can't afford it, I'm sorry, but we're not trying to be something that everybody can afford, and we can't keep lowering our prices just because you can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all will spend hundreds of dollars on Nike shoes and whatever you want. If you want it, you're gonna pay the money for it. So that makes sense. So yeah, it's what it is. Like I said, people will pay for what they want no matter the cost. Like, I've never denied myself something that I really wanted because it costs too much. If anything, I just have to save up. That's why I always say hair is an investment. Wigs are an investment. You need to invest in yourself. Step 5 is branding. So you come up with a logo, or you can design your own logo, or you can pay, a graphic designer. You come up with your logo, your graphics, and make sure you have, I always say have a logo with a transparent background, and then like a logo, or like a regular logo. Your logo is very important because it's how people identify your brand. So when people see our logo, it's black. The wording is black, and the background is brown. It's just very simple. And our business focuses on natural haired women. And what that means is, well, we sell hair oil and scalp oil to cater to natural hair, to grow your natural hair, to treat your natural hair. And the reason we're selling our bundles, our hair extensions, our wigs, is to keep your hair underneath, like, protected. When you think natural, when I think natural at least, I think of the color brown. Brown, natural brown. I don't know if it's because I'm brown skin, but when I think natural, I think brown. So that's why I came up with the natural, the brown color. And you know, like, colors evoke certain feelings, certain emotions. So when you decide your logo and your colors, your color scheme for your business, keep that in mind. Like, a lot of people say the black and white, like just black and white, is more like luxury or designer brands and stuff like that. Or if you're going for bougie or luxe, I say like pink and black. Step 6. This video is going to be long, I'm sorry. Learn how to market. This is like one of the biggest things, because marketing is how you're going to get your brand and your products out into the world. So if you don't know what marketing is, it's basically just showing your products, showing your services. You can do flyers, you can post about them on social media, send emails, like all of that constitutes as marketing. And when you do market, it depends, like your content is gonna depend on your target audience, if that makes sense. Like I said, target audience is gonna be a whole other video, because that's a lot in that. But you should have a target audience in mind if you plan on starting a business, or if you started a business. Since you'll be marketing to people you want to shop with you, then when you create content, you need to keep them in mind. Like, you know, if that makes sense. Like when, let's see, when NYX Cosmetics are thinking of their content or creating their content, they think of whoever I don't really know what their audience is, but you have to keep them in mind when creating content, because that's what's going to attract them and keep them engaged and possibly even shop with you. Okay, that's all for 6. So 7 is budgeting. And I said this one is just as important. At the beginning of starting a business, I would not recommend buying a whole bunch of inventory of anything, because you don't want to sit on that product. You don't want to have that stuff just sitting for too long. So you need to learn how to budget your money and make sure you have a plan for every... Sorry, my brother called and he never calls, so I had to answer because I figured something was probably wrong, but then I couldn't hear him and he hung up, and I don't know. So where was I? Learn how to budget your money and make sure you have a plan for where every dollar goes. So this is what I do even outside of my business. Like every time I get paid, like on my phone, oh, I'm recording. When on my phone, I have a specific area for money where all of my dollars go, so I know where I'm spending my money at. And you should do the same in your business. Now, for me personally, with Boss Babe Extensions, I like to like a certain percentage goes back to us. Like, you know, that's how we get paid, and then a percentage goes to marketing and branding, a percentage goes to oh, I wrote it down. See, that's why I need to read. So like, for example, you can do like 50% to inventory, goes back to inventory, 30% pay, 20% promo. That's what I wrote. As an example. But I always say make sure you put my videos keep cutting off, and I don't know why. Well, I don't know why I did it that time. I always say make sure you put at least 50% back into your business. Like at the very minimum 50%. Step 8 is be patient and pray. So I guess this kind of goes without saying. You have to be patient and consistent, or you won't see any progress. And it is harder than it sounds, being consistent and being patient, because you see other businesses around you that seem like they're blowing up overnight, but honestly they're not. Like they've cried at night too, and wish they had sales, and but they stayed consistent, and that's how they got to where they are. So that's how you're gonna get to where you are, by being consistent. Who is calling me? I swear, every time I want to record, that's when I get the most distraction, because why are you, who's calling me? Step 9, trial and error. So don't be afraid to take risks and make mistakes when it comes to your business, because that's how you're gonna learn, and that's how you're gonna grow. Like I said, if you were to make the mistake of ordering too much inventory when you first open, that's okay. Just sell it. Like, try to sell it or give it away. You can give away free samples, so you won't be sitting on that product, and also giving away free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? I would never give away hair unless it's like a giveaway, but we've been giving away free lip glosses. Like, we give away free lip glosses with our orders, because we're trying to keep new things coming in, so we don't want to sit on the same things. We want to bring new ideas and new products, so I try to keep it pushing. And I don't want to sit on certain stuff for too long. Step 10, invest your money, time, energy, and every part of you in your business. And that sounds easier than easier said than done, but I feel like even if you have to work another job, which I am, I feel like your business should still come first, because that's your brand. You don't want to be working somebody else's job and helping them build their brand when you could be doing your own. So I'm still trying to learn this, to give my business just as much time as I give my my part-time job, because I want to build my business too. I want to build my brand too. And I think about it a lot. That I could spend 8 hours, I'm going crazy. I could spend 8 hours at work and work for somebody else, but then I have trouble coming home and doing the same thing for myself. And I honestly don't know why that is, but you don't need to be in that mindset. You need to invest time. Yeah, with hard work, time, dedication, and consistency, you'll get to where you want to be in your business, and you can get past that too. And hold on, step 11. I don't even know what. See, I left some stuff out because it was supposed to be in step 1, and I didn't say it, so I'm gonna just say it now. Okay, choose a business structure. Do you want to do an LLC, a sole proprietorship, or do you want to be an S corp? That takes research. That's included in the research process. So you decide which one you want to have. Also, you want to get an EIN, which basically is like a social security card. A social security number for your business. And I believe that's free. Yeah. Also, you want to open your business bank account. You do not want to have your business funds mixed with your personal funds under any circumstance. So have a business bank account, at least a checking account. If not, have a checking and a savings, or have a savings later on down the line. And then you want to build your website. Decide what you want your website provided to be. There's Shopify, Wix. I don't know the rest at the top of my head right now, but we use Shopify, and I prefer Shopify over Wix. I've done my research, and Shopify just seems more efficient, more professional. So yeah. Also, you can buy a domain name for your business instead of it basically buying a domain is like choosing your own website. Like ours is www.bossbabeextensions.com. But if we didn't have a domain and we just used whatever domain Shopify gave us, it would have been like bossbabeextensions.shopify.com or something like that. And I just seemed like it would be more professional to have our own domain. And the last thing is getting funding / the money for your business. Whoops. So, you know, you can't start until you get the funding for it. I don't know if you want to take out a loan or borrow some money or just save up money on your own, you know, from working to start your business with. I recommend just, you know, saving your own money. And it doesn't even take a lot of money to start your business. And you can already, like, it doesn't take a lot of money to start. Like, even if you wanted to start a hair company, a lip gloss company, I feel like you could start a lip gloss company for under $100. You could start a hair company for just a couple $100s. Like, it doesn't take a lot of money. And that's what I wrote. I have been meaning to do this video for days, but life. So those are my steps. It was supposed to be 10 steps, but then when I wrote other stuff down, it was 15, but then I put those other steps in other categories and I forgot to include them in those categories, so it ended up being 15. So let's just say 15 steps of how to start a successful business in 2020. If you guys have any 2022, I was about to say at the beginning. How to start a successful business in 2022. So that's all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry this video was so long, but it's informational if you are actually serious about starting a business. And comment if you have any questions, and I will answer them. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And check out my hair company, Boss Babe Extensions, if you interested in nice quality hair and wigs. Yeah, check us out. Okay.
I done lost my mind, wasted too much time watching screens I left on channel 9, maybe channel 5. I just saw the news and